We're so lucky in a soap that we are in people's living rooms 7 times a week at the moment. So we have a platform and therefore a responsibility to tell this story and to tell it properly. And so we've had a lot of support from Barnardo's, from lots of charities actually, lots of different people giving us experiences, social workers telling us how they deal with the abused and the abusers.
Has it changed your view in any way? I mean, I don't know what your view was when you read the storyline, but has anything changed now you've talked to people that Barnardo's put you in touch with?
Yeah, my respect for these social workers and these people that are there to pick up the pieces is... I've always thought that's a very honourable profession, but seeing the way that they work with the children, and we had an incredible day with some survivors of that kind of abuse and the support that they get from their social workers, how they are looked after way beyond their job description, was just massively eye-opening.
When you know what's coming, do you kind of read it and just go, yeah, something really meaty?
Yeah, I used to love opening my scripts because it was always a surprise, but we actually got called in for a meeting about this. So we were all really excited, which is not the best word to use about a child abduction, do you know what I mean? But because it was so meaty.
Well, of course.
And, you know, that the audience are going to jump onto something like that, anything to do with a child, you know?
Can you give us a little hint of something that's going to happen? Just a little smidgen.
It's not by any means over yet.
Oh.
Daz is a suspect, but there's another couple of twists and turns. We do find her. Does she want to come home? Does she not? Did it have anything to do with him? And then what happens to the family once she is?
And big question, will you get to buy that silver jacket?
The tinfoil. Yeah. I do hope so.
What about you and Mark working together? I'm sure everybody asks you that, but just as a real-life couple, because it's about 3 years you've been together, isn't it?
Yeah,
now?
we've just had an anniversary. Oh, it's just lush. Sounds a bit corny, but it is just...
He plays Daz?
He plays Daz, yeah, which is my partner in the show's brother.
And did you practice beating him up at home?
Yeah.
Did that get fruity?
Yeah, we did. Well, the night before, I was a bit nervous about it.
What, I mean, in a positive way and in a negative way?
Yeah, it was a bit weird, but I took the stage directions literally just for safety, because you go, right, we're up against the wall, I can do that, I know what I'm doing with it. So he said, right, practice on it, and I couldn't stop laughing. So we didn't get to do it once without laughing.
Did you do all your own stunts?
Some of them.
Just the bad
Yes, it was getting out.
Yeah.
I didn't actually fall into it.
And you played Viv for 18 years,
18 years, yeah.
Do you miss it?
I miss Viv.
Yeah.
I don't miss anything else. I miss the people, but I do miss Viv. I kind of exorcised a certain side of me through Viv. It was great.
Yeah, I remember that, actually, because when I was in EastEnders and I played this really vicious, nasty character in high heels, I just loved it. But it was starting to take over a bit. Because you have to get... There's got to be a little bit of you somewhere in that character, hasn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so...
And what about your departure?
Oh, yes. Damp squib, I'd say.
Yeah, because you
But
just
never
sort
mind.
of nodded off to the smoke, didn't you? What
A
was
little
all
bit
that
too
about?
much wine, and all of a sudden I was burnt to death.
Oh!
But there we are.
Having the hysterectomy, she's then going to kind of crash into the menopause.
Yeah, I didn't
You've
know
now got
this,
to
Ruth,
deal
until
with that.
I got the scripts and read it, and it said Rona starts with hot sweats immediately, and I was like, what? Anyway, I did a bit of research, and I spoke to the researchers at work, and of course, that is what happens, and it makes sense. You remove the ovaries and the womb, and of course, your hormones go into, you know, crazy-itis, and it's, yeah, and that's
is
what
it
happens.
something you've experienced? You're probably too young.
Well, no, I'm 45, so I think I'm perimenopausal. That's a new word to me.
Yeah.
But I suspect I'm in that zone.
And is it something you feel comfortable talking about? We obviously talk about it a lot here, and we're very keen to talk about it openly, because we see, you know, half the population are going to go through the menopause.
I am, and I do think there's still a taboo around it, and it's insane. And I think it's sort of tied in with our obsession with staying and looking young. To admit to the menopause is to admit to ageing, and we don't want to do that, do we?
Do you
We're
think
scared.
that there's a higher pressure on women when it comes to ageing than there is on men?
Totally, I feel that, and I really resist it. I don't want to go down that avenue if I can help it because of plastic surgery or anything like that. But I do take care of myself. I don't drink anymore. I exercise every day.
Great to get such a meaty storyline, though, because you've been in the show since you were literally like a fetus, haven't you? When did you join?
15, yeah.
15?
Yeah.
So it's kind of everything that you've known.
And it goes so quickly because, you know, you sort of when you're younger, the storylines aren't really your stories. And, you know, we work in 2-week blocks and it just seems to go so fast, like your life's gone. I'm like, where has that time gone.
It's funny because when I was in EastEnders years ago, and I always said, oh, I'm so grateful that I got that chance later in life, because I think when I used to watch the youngsters come in, it is, you really can't imagine what it's like to be in a soap that everybody's watching, kind of that kind of attention. And I saw a lot of the young ones really struggling with it. But you've really kept your head together. I'm wondering, do they really look after you on Emmerdale?
Yeah, I mean, I had Jeff and Emma who play my mum and dad, and, you know, I just think that having them with me has sort of created the person that I am. Right. And because there is a lot of pressure.
Almost like having another real other family, isn't it? Because you spend more time with them than you do
I do,
own.
and I spend a lot of time with them outside of work, and, you know, they're amazing people, and they're two of my best friends in the whole world.
The Dingle family are so synonymous with Emmerdale now. I guess when you got that call to say, this is what's going to happen for the character, I mean, that's quite special to be part of a huge, sort of really well-loved family.
I totally didn't see it coming. I mean, we both got called in. I think I actually just sat there with my mouth open for about 10 minutes while I was told this journey that the two characters were going to be going on. And I couldn't believe it, because when I came in, it all happened very quickly. I auditioned. The next week, I was trying on my costume. Wow. The day after, I was filming. Rona threw cow dung on me. I was in, you know, straight in. I was on the show.
You play as if you're gay.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you first had to kiss a gay guy?
Straight in there.
Of course I am. Do you prefer a bit of bristle or smooth? No, seriously, what was it? Was that difficult?
To be honest with you, it's a lot like this. You know, you
we don't kiss these lot.
No, what I mean
what you meant is you've got bristle.
No, what I mean is there's kind of like 30, 40 people stood behind the camera watching, so regardless of the sex, like, there's always that pressure of, like, you know, you don't want to get weird about it and start, you know, making people feel uncomfortable and stuff. So it's just kind of, you know...
But in life, do people taunt you for it, as if they think you really are?
It's the most asked question. Yeah, it's definitely the most asked question. If I had £1 for it, I'd, you know, 150, 160 quid.
The thing is, it's just awkward to put your lips on somebody's lips that you don't fancy, isn't it? So, whether it's male or female...
Yeah, let's have it.
You were on today, so they're a bit over.
Hello.
You're
all right?
Popular. Listen, you've already won the competition. That's your loss.
And we've won again.
Won again.
Why do women like a bad boy?
It's so weird.
I know, because I'm really soft in real life.
You're a softie.
The big people from school go, I used to bully him at school.
Oh, how lovely. What lovely payback.
You might have dodged a few bullets, but you haven't dodged many ladies. You are a bit of a Lothario for such a
very unlikely Lothario as well. I don't know where that's come from.
No, I mean, you know, there's harder work.
There is harder work, yeah. Exactly. We're hardly lifting bricks, are we? You know,
yeah. So when you say you've dodged some bullets, is it the spectre of, oh my God, the writers might write us out?
Well, always, yeah. I think if you rest on your laurels, you just, if you become lazy, you're out, aren't you? You know, so you've just got to think of ways of keep doing it. And
in what year did Marlon join Emmerdale? I have to rush you.
But I always say it's 26 years, but it's not 26 years.
Give me a year.
1996.
Are you right?
Marlon joined Emmerdale in 1996. And look at the face, you can tell.
Who shot Marlon in 2007?
Oh, somebody.
Not the detail I needed, but let's try and find
He was in a bank or something, wasn't he? And it was some guy, and he went, no, and...
You don't know.
You don't know.
So the person who shot Marlon was Eli Dingle, his own brother.
Just about.
That's okay,
it was on the tip of my tongue.
Nominated for 3 soap awards.
Yeah.
Rightly so. What is it? Best actor?
Yeah.
What are the other 2?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the award I've been nominated for, but rightly so, the show and...
Oh, Emmerdale, yeah. But
Emmerdale
you're nominated for best...
as well. So, I mean, that's testament to the researchers and the writers who've just done work tirelessly to make sure it's done properly. So, you know,
it's the first ever soap awards, and my goodness, it was wild.
Yeah, it always
I think
is.
I had a hangover for about 10 days. Is
Yeah.
it still as wild?
Well, I get the hangover in the actual awards ceremony.
I know you mean that first glass of
They
wine.
just ply you with wine and with beer, and you just drink and drink and drink, and then you get into the actual, you know, the auditorium to do the awards, and you're just sort of sat there and your head's
It's true.
gone like, you know.
Actually, I remember looking back because you've got that weird thing, haven't you? We've got all the soaps together, all sitting right next to each other. It's very competitive, but you did. There's this almost like hungover feeling. It's quite bizarre. You've got a very unbad boy hobby, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, allotment.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love this.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to have an allotment. Yeah,
Yeah, it's great. We've done it
Grow
for years.
Carrots
Yeah.
and everything.
Carrots and everything.
Go on, give us another vegetable, Carol.
They're my large brassicas.
Calm down.
You could get
So,
ointment
yes.
for that.
Yes, thank you very much.
Do you ever hear from your mate James Corden? Now he's off in America, being the big guy.
I
Has he not invited you
on?
on to talk about Emmerdale
Funnily
yet?
enough, no, I've not done any of those songs in the car with him, but I'm sure he's just waiting, you know, for me to give him a call.
I hired out a small local cinema. And I'd said to Kate, oh, can you keep that date free? Because my agent had sent an email saying there's a special screening of The Greatest Showman. And she'd never actually seen it at the cinema, but we both love the music. And so she said, oh, yeah. I said, I don't know, you know, what it's about. And we got there, and I'd a couple of my school friends, Philippa and Sally, were there, dotted around with their families. And my brother drove us with my niece and nephew. My brother was in on it. And what I'd actually done is hired a flash mob of The Greatest Showman. So they came on, and I did all the, don't know what's going on here, do you? It's weird, isn't it? It's funny. Then they started singing. They were absolutely amazing. And then after they sung A Million Dreams, which is a song that we really love, one of the performers gave me the microphone. I got up and I just said, so, Kate, yeah, you're not here to see a film, The Greatest Showman. You know, I've been fibbing. I've got you here for another reason. Can you come out? And then I just said, I'm going to ask you a question, but before you answer, there's somebody else that's going to help me. And our little dog Fred, our little Cavapoo, he was at the back, and he had a little jumper on saying, "Mummy, please say yes." But what was really scary and what was frightening for me, I was like holding my breath, because when the music started and they started singing, all I could think of was, Fred's at the back. If he starts barking now, it's all just going to be...
You must have been pretty confident she was going to say yes.
Well, I'm going to say she said no. No, she didn't. She said...
Were you really confident she was going to say yes? Did you?
Because we had spoken about it.
Have you always been a hopeless romantic? Because that is like the dream
I
engagement.
just wanted something different and to really... And she said she didn't actually take it in what had happened until about 2 days after.
We were chatting earlier about whether children should have secrets from us. And you don't believe so. You want to know everything.
Oh, yeah.
And just tell us, what was it Buster asked you this week? I love
Well, he didn't
this.
ask me. He mentioned... he said something about sex. Well, me and Charlie
And
were
how old
there.
is he?
He's 8. So he's
Oh, is
hearing
he?
about this in the playgrounds and stuff. So he said something about having sex, and we both went, well, tell us, what do you know about sex? Like, we're not bothered that he knows. Kids do know things about it. And he went... He said, I do know, but I'm not telling you because it's embarrassing. So he didn't say anything. So I don't know if he does know or not, but he's so open with us, his Buster, our oldest boy. He just tells us everything. Absolutely everything, and I love that.
Would you be upset
He's
if he had
young.
any secrets, like what we were talking about earlier?
I wouldn't be upset, because I think kids always do, don't they? But he's fantastic. He literally tells us everything. Like, I think it's...
That's because he's 8.
That's because he's 8, yeah.
You'll soon be
Yeah.
speaking in Stacey's weird language.
Oh, what language is that?
In Othergov.
Oh, I used to do that.
You'll do it.
Was it this one? Is it that one? So that meant, what are you doing? Well, that was how we did it anyway.
Yeah, it's without the ver, but I like it. I can still understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
not
yeah.
become fussy about how the language.
You can still understand it.